What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 21 video. Today I want to explore something and tell you guys about what MLB The Show 21 could look like on the 9th generation consoles, on the PlayStation 5 and then the Xbox Series X and the Nintendo Switch. In a lot of videos I mentioned just how big of an upgrade the PlayStation 5 is going to be from the PlayStation 4, and a lot of people ask me, what exactly do you mean by that? How much more could it really grow? And today I want to talk about that with you guys. I mean, it's this year, 2020, so I think this is a perfect time to talk about it. Let me know down below in the comment section for the PlayStation 5, for the next generation of consoles, what new stuff do you hope to see within MLB The Show? If you guys enjoy these videos, as always, make sure to leave a like down below. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new, and with that being said, let's get right into it. Like I said, MLB The Show 21 is going to be coming to the PlayStation 5, the brand new Xbox Series X is one edition of many they're going to come out with, and the Nintendo Switch apparently as well. Of course, that's going to be quite considerably watered down version. If you've played NBA 2K on console or PC, then played it on Switch, you probably know what I'm talking about. Sports games, even though they aren't as big of a drop off from something like The Witcher, it is still quite noticeable. But those are the ones we know of right now. PC could be in the mix, could not be, we're not exactly sure. And also something to note, MLB The Show 20 is going to be a launch title for the PlayStation 5, and that is going to be coming out holiday 2020, fall 2020, so most likely around the November, December range, right in time for the Christmas season. And what I think this is going to be is it's not going to be anything huge. If you remember from previous console generations, the jump from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, the games that came out that year, some were decent, but usually they are very buggy, and I wouldn't imagine there's going to be any new features for MLB The Show. Considering the game comes out in March, this is going to be best case scenario probably November, so that's the majority of the life cycle. I highly doubt they're going to introduce anything new by then, meaning we're going to have to wait until MLB The Show 21 on the PlayStation 5 to see significant improvements. It'll just be upscaling graphics and nothing too serious for MLB 20 on the PlayStation 5. But that's a perfect segue. Let's talk about graphics. So the PlayStation 5 is going to be able to natively play 8K gaming quality. Now that's a big jump from what we have even in the PlayStation 4 Pro. What that does is it upscales certain games up to 4K, and it is not natively within that quality, so it's not going to look as good. Think of it as a remastered game. If you have a PS2 game upscaled to 1080p, it's not going to look like a brand new game made in 2019 that is 1080p. It's going to look a bit differently, but the graphics are going to be crazy. I noticed that when I did my most recent video going back to all MLB The Show games. Around probably MLB 15, MLB 17 as far as face scans go, they really hit a kind of graphic hole where they didn't really improve anything. It looked great, but there wasn't as much as they could really do. They'd pretty much maxed that out, but there's going to be so much room for improvement in the new generation of consoles, specifically with the ray tracing technology. And this is something that I read up on. I wasn't exactly sure what it is. It is an advanced and lifelike way of rendering light and shadows in a scene. It's what movies and TV shows used to create and blend in amazing CG work with real life scenes. This was previously only possible on select PC games with settings to provide varying levels of ray tracing power, and this is going to be included with the PlayStation 5. So in layman terms, what was I talking about right there, and what is it going to mean for MLB The Show? Just look at this image right here. That is showcasing the ray tracing power. You can really see the shadows and the light reflecting, and that's pretty big for a sports game, especially MLB The Show, which has a lot of open stadiums where the sun comes out and then the lights as well. It's going to really provide and deepen those shadows from billboards, players, the sun and light glare and reflections. It's going to make the game look even more beautiful. I would also love to see if they do something with the rain. I know it doesn't often puddle up, and that's kind of when they call off the game for a little bit, but it is always a possibility that that can happen. I think the rain doesn't look all that realistic, and with this new technology, I think it could look a hell of a lot better. Online franchise. This is something I want to talk about because I believe there is a definitive chance that it is going to be on the PlayStation 5 in the next generation consoles. There is a chance that we could see it still this year with online leagues, but I've said it before in a video, if it was going to be online franchise, I think they would probably call it, and they didn't mention anything in the franchise live stream, so I don't think it's going to be coming this year. But what we're going to look at in January 2020, the NPD group confirmed that MLB The Show 19 is the best-selling baseball genre game in US history. It is the greatest selling baseball game of all time. Now, they don't release the sales numbers from MLB The Show. I know for a game like 2K or Madden, they do. I can never find an actual number for MLB The Show, but that should show it is quite a large number. They definitely sell a lot of games. And also combine that with the statistic of the microtransaction sales that they get. You know, more people buying the game, more people are going to buy microtransactions, and they're going heavier and heavier into Diamond Dynasty each year, and they're coming to new platforms. What am I talking about? They have so much money, they're going to have to upgrade their servers at some point. The reason why they took out online franchise was because it was too taxing on the servers. Now, I do have to say, it is true, MLB The Show 18 servers, well, it was pretty bad, and everything else. The servers were quite improved from MLB 17, and believe it or not, that's the first game that online franchise was not included. So if you were waiting for a great announcement this year, like I said, I really do not think it's going to happen, but better servers are going to have to be inevitable. If you think about the lifespan of the PlayStation 5, it's probably going to be at least as long as the 8th generation PlayStation 4 console's life was, so they're definitely going to get better servers, so online franchise should almost be a guarantee, I would consider, for next generation. Other franchise features, Relocation, that's kind of in MLB 20, kind of not. I wanted to do a franchise rant video, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I have a really bad canker sore, so it hurts to talk really, but I still want to roll out these videos for you guys. But yeah, Relocation, an actual in-depth one, I think we will be seeing. I think we're going to be able to move to a different city in a brand new stadium. That's the biggest problem for me with a mini rant I'll give you guys. My biggest problem with the new franchise features, minor league rosters were already there. It's just going to help out Diamond Dynasty. We already had it within the online rosters from Raiden. This time they're just going to come preset with the game. Nothing huge, nothing new really. And then the Relocation, you're basically changing your name and uniforms, and you're still going to be playing in an existing ballpark. So if you are the Orioles and you change your name to the Texas League Wahoos or whatever, you're still going to be playing in Oriole Park. The colors are still going to be orange. There's still going to be an Oriole bird out there, so it's not much of a relocation. I definitely think we're going to get something more like 2K or Madden has as far as that goes, where it's a full real relocation in PS5. Create a Stadium is something else I want to talk about. This in theory could go right alongside with Relocation. However, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to want to put that more in depth first before they do anything else. Create a Stadium is going to be really difficult to do. It's not like it was in the PS2 with MVP Baseball. There's a lot more to think about. If you look at the graphics, if you look at the memory data that it took up, games are massive now. I mentioned this before. MLB 19 is 75 gigabytes. That is insane, and to have that capability for Create a Stadium, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I hope it at least comes in a sense that we can change colors and maybe add a logo billboard at some point, so it's kind of like our own ballpark, and there's just like 5 presets. I think that would have been great to do this year, but PlayStation 5, if we don't get a full in-depth Create a Stadium where you can dictate the dimensions and everything like that, I think we will at least get generics that we can customize and in a sense make it our own ballpark still. And a couple of miscellaneous things. Sony said they really want to do a lot more with remote play, make it easier to use and the connectivity a lot better. What remote play is, if you don't know, you can connect it with the mobile device. So if I had my phone right here, I could have exactly what's on my PlayStation 4 on my mobile phone, and I can play it. If I had to play a game, if I couldn't live without it, I could go to the bathroom and continue on playing there. I've tried it before. It doesn't work the best, so clearly it does need some work. And when this happens, I think think it's going to be great, specifically for grinding where, you know, you don't have to be competitive, because I don't think you're ever going to be competitive on a touchscreen device compared to an actual controller, but it should be a good way to grind maybe late at night. And finally, loading times. They have been significantly improved. I'm going to show you guys a video of them demonstrating the new load times on Marvel's Spider-Man, a game that came out, I believe, last year for the PlayStation 4, and it is crazy. I can't even fathom how a game can load that fast. I have a PS4 Pro. I've noticed it's a lot better loading time compared to the regular base PS4, and this is literally crazy. 8-second difference. It might not sound like a lot, but if you consider 8 seconds cutting off on every single load, that is mind-blowing. And that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to explore what the PlayStation 5 can do for MLB The Show. I think it's going to take it to all new levels, and I think it's going to be great now, especially that they're adding it to multi-platform. And like I said, just at the end of this year, MLB The Show 20 is going to re-release on the PlayStation 5. But as I mentioned, I don't expect any new features. I just think it's most likely going to be upscaled graphic-wise. And yeah, let me know down below in the comment section what you guys are most excited for with the new capabilities of the hardware on the 9th generation consoles for MLB The Show. Are you guys going to pick up a PlayStation 5 on release day, or are you going to wait a little bit? Price point is rumored to be around $450, $500. If you trade in your PS4 or PS4 Pro, you can probably get it around $300 or $350. Leave a like down below on this video if you guys did enjoy. Hope you guys have a great day. There goes Zodi.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die's an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.